I don't deliver it in the right way, it doesn't matter how happy or great the gift is or how happy of a mood you were before. If you see a box that's been kicked around, put in the mud, tarnished, and just trashed, but it's still got that great gift within it, you're going to be pissed off about the way that it was delivered to you. So it doesn't matter how right you were, you got the right address, everything was cool, but you delivered it all types of stuff. So no matter what, human beings don't react well to that because we have that automatic defense mechanism of verbal, if you've been attacked verbally, like you see when somebody's being aggressive. Tone is a thing. There's a reason why certain frequencies get a certain reaction and others don't.
And I just learned but that right there was like the strategies. Like, this is how you practice softer communication. This is how you practice your feminine energy.
I mean, to me, it maybe it's because it's something I'm just like aware of. It's just like I've practiced. Maybe I don't even know how I've gotten it to this point.
Oh, you're very diplomatic. Like you are. You and I be telling you, you have it, and I don't.
I just look at it like just that same way. Well, one, I think of it from an empathy standpoint. Like, I don't want nobody talking crazy to me, so I don't talk crazy to anybody. You know, like, I just don't. Like, I don't want any interaction to be like that.
But see, it ain't even crazy to me. Like, when I be in my mask, I just be spitting facts. And again, it's not that I'm wrong. It's just how I'm delivering it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have any problems with somebody delivering it to me like that.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be like, okay, true, that's the facts, all right. Like, I don't, nah.
You've had plenty of times where something factual was said to you, but because of the way it was said to you or the way that you were feeling at the time, you did not take it that way.
With
That's
you?
most people. That's human beings.
With
That's
you?
not even just me. Yes, me, but not just me. That's just human beings. This is my whole point. How you deliver something is so crucial. It doesn't matter whether you're right or not. To the male, let's go back to the male man or a male person example. Like, if I got the right address and I bring you the right package and it's your Christmas gift, if I don't deliver it in the right way, it doesn't matter how happy or great the gift is or how happy of a mood you were before. If you see a fucked up box that's been kicked around, put in the mud, tarnished, and just trashed, but it's still got that great gift within it, you're going to be pissed off about the way that it was delivered to you. So it doesn't matter how right you were, you got the right address, everything was cool, but you delivered it all types of fucked up. So no matter what, human beings don't react well to that because we have that automatic defense mechanism of verbal, if you've been attacked verbally, it's like you see when somebody's being aggressive. Tone is a thing. There's a reason why certain frequencies get a certain reaction and others don't.
And I just learned in my cultural anthropology class, specifically on the chapter of language, studying linguistic anthropology, is that there is an actual study of the tones, the sounds, the gestures, and that in texting, email, social media, it is lost due to
lack of practice.
No, it was a word, kinesis or something, and then paralanguage, and it's basically like what happens when you're face to face and you're able to read body language, you're able to hear tone, like that is lost when it's just words. And we're having a tough time like bridging that.
That's very true. How many times have women, well, at least in my profession, again, obviously I'm using my own example, as a therapist, how many times have I heard women clients who have gotten catfish, but not like catfish by like necessarily like the guy doesn't look the same, but like the personality isn't the same, or he can't hold a conversation outside of text or outside of whatever medium it was, the DMs. That's or whatever it was. That happens all the time. All the time. Because you can be totally different online. It's the same thing as I think Charlamagne did this, where he took a bunch of comedians that were funny on Twitter, but then tried to put them on his show, and then they couldn't be funny because this is a different medium. Like 140 characters, boom, 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 quick. It's a little quick instant gratification, but when you have to deal with timing and rhythm of a natural conversation, it gets thrown off when you're just like reading something, it's totally different vibe.
Interesting.
But yeah, it all comes down to the delivery and tone. That's huge. It's huge for when you want to accept a certain message, especially if it's something that you don't want to hear. If it's something you know you have to do, but you don't want to hear it, why would you want to hear it in the worst way possible? If you know you gotta do something and you are like, fuck, I know I'm about to hear about this, which way would make you actually do it more? You just gotta think about shit like that. If somebody yells at me about something that I know I'm gonna have to do anyway, would that make me more likely to do it?
But see, like, again, it's not even like you're looking at the, like, there's an attack. Whereas, like, when we were trying to organize your stuff for licensure, like, again, I was presenting with my mask. I was like, okay, we need to do this. It was very task oriented, and what you needed in that moment was my femme energy. Because you already anxious about that process and the steps and all that stuff. So me coming to you with my mask wasn't helpful to you. But it wasn't like I was attacking you. That's just how I think in my head because of my mask dominance.
Yeah, it's the same like conversation. It's like you could be right about everything, but if you don't say it in the right way, it doesn't really. It's not that it doesn't matter. It's just that it won't get received in the right way. And that can delay the process. And if your overall goal is to get things done in the most efficient way, then you taking seconds, it's so crazy how it's always flipped. It's like nobody says take a few seconds to say that in the right way so that I can hear it and do it well. It's always like, you should do this quickly, and that's why I'm saying it so loudly and aggressively. Nobody ever says like, yo, if I take 2 seconds to not be so loud and aggressive, someone might be able to hear me and then we can get this shit done quicker. Versus you yelling and then that person has to think like, man, let me calm myself down. Somebody just yelled the fuck at me. I gotta calm myself down before I yell at them, and then we go at each other like that. I see it all the time versus when people say it in a nice, polite way. They're like, oh, man, no problem. I got that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get on that right now.
But see, I still think like that was a moment where my femme energy was needed because I needed to be considerate of how you were feeling. Versus like me and my mask dominance naturally, that's how I approached my own process of licensure. It's just like, okay, get things done. I wasn't in my femme energy. I was fine with the application. It was the damn test that I was tripping about. I had a lot riding on that test though. It was just a lot of anxiety.
But like, yeah, also part of that with the emotional intelligence piece, going back to the mind, is knowing when to read the situation, which is why it's so important to know about your masculine and feminine energy, because if you go into a situation with the wrong type of energy, you're gonna make the situation worse.
Yeah, I definitely needed emotional intelligence in my anxiety because I had to manage that during the exam, and I definitely needed my tools. I asked for help in the way that, because in the book, in the test booklet, they said we couldn't use coping skills. And I was like, or coping tools. And I was like, the fuck? This is an exam to become a licensed therapist. Why the fuck can't I use a fucking coping tool to calm myself during the damn exam? So fortunately I asked.
Very contradictory.
It doesn't. I have so many issues. But fortunately I asked and I was able to keep my stuff in the waiting room. So what I did before I even went into the exam room was I grounded myself. Cause first I you do the tutorial on how to use the computer for the exam and stuff. And I'm sitting there anxious and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I gonna start this exam anxious? Let me go out to the waiting room. I don't care if we just came in here. I'm gonna go out to the waiting room, ground myself, which involved stretching, which involved my rocks that I feel in my palms, which involved deep breathing. All of this is feminine energy, y'all. And before I went back and beasted that fucking exam. Okay. So I'm just saying, balance. You need both. Okay. All right, let's go to the body. Where is feminine energy in the body? Yes. So as a cis woman, my exploration again with rites of passage for my daughters and what I want to teach them about puberty, and I want a body positive household, I want a sex positive household. So I'm really, looking into, our bodies as cis women, and it really made me reflect, and I'm like, we are hella disconnected from our bodies, y'all. Like hella disconnected. Think about it. What are we taught about our vagina? What are we taught about our breasts? What are we taught about our menstrual cycles? What are we taught about like even just our sacral chakras and that energy and the womb, and like we aren't taught anything. Hey, it's the Real Family. It's your girl Rocky.
And your boy Elsa.
And thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell.
Right, because subscribing and hitting that notification bell does two very important things. One, it gives you notification on our new content and make sure that you're up to date on everything that we put out every week.
Every week.
You know, every week.
Every week.
And then number two, it helps your boy and your girl out with some money. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it honest.
It's so real, baby.
But in all seriousness, this is just like the video portion, the YouTube portion of our content. We are It's So Real podcast. So we have all these episodes just waiting for y'all on how many platforms?
11 different streaming platforms.
11.
So it's up to you to choose.
Yeah, there's no excuses. We on everything. So whatever platform you're most comfortable listening to stuff, your content on, we're right there for you. So look us up. It's So Real Podcast.
And our link tree is available on our YouTube channel. Go over there, find the platform that works best for you, subscribe to our podcast, and hear the full thing, because we have a lot more to say than what shows up on our YouTube channel.
Exactly. With that being said, check out the rest of our videos while you're here.
You know? And be sure to subscribe.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
And love.
Always.